Hi everybody, Skip here, and this is part of Giveaway January leading up to Supercharge Your Life on January 30th and 31st, which we are giving away to you because we've got Mind, Body and Spirit who sponsored the event. And as you know, leading up to the event, I'm bringing to you guys what I consider to be the best people that walk on this planet that are sharing their gifts with you guys so that you can really live an empowered life with balance, with alignment, with enjoyment, with all of the good stuff. And I'm more excited about this interview than I've been for a long time because this guy inspired me last year. And you know, I travel the world and I'm lucky enough to really rub shoulders with some of the greatest people that walk in this planet. But this one guy, and you've all seen him on TV, he took me through some processes that really blew my mind because it wasn't just the fact that what happened, it's what he's actually doing with people on an ongoing basis, and he's taking them on these adventures, but it's the health benefits that blew my mind. I mean, this, you know, he is Mr. Adventure. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about the one and only, the Iceman, Mr. Wim Hof. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Skip. Thank you. Nice introduction.
So
well,
let's get it on. Thank you for, and guys, you're going to see he's, I mean, tell us where you are. He's taking time out of his busy schedule. You'll see that he's in a beautiful location. And we spoke just minutes before we got on air and we didn't have a connection. We put the right intention out there. Suddenly the connection came through. And tell us what you're doing at this moment right now.
Right now I'm, talking to you guys and straight. And, you know, what we just accomplished here with 29 people is going up Kilimanjaro in record time without acclimatization, like in 28 hours, 30 hours. And the oldest man who participated in this journey here on Kilimanjaro, which is almost 6,000 meters without acclimatization, is 76 years old. And he uses the breathing and the focus, which has been scientifically endorsed now, showing that we are able to tap into the immune system and the endocrine systems, making us, you know, able to get a hold of our mood, strength, and health. And it shows. 76 years old, 44 hours, going to the top from rock bottom. That means everybody can do it, regardless of age, gender, or whatever you got. I don't care. Just breathe and focus, and it's all there. The connection with a deeper physiology, making you able to become happy, strong, and healthy.
Wow, I love it. For you guys who, some of you may not have been exposed to Wim Hof, I really want you to understand that when he started, they called him the Iceman because this guy done some crazy things where, you know, he ran a marathon in the Antarctic, climbed Kilimanjaro in his shorts, by the way. So, you know, the top was off, really connected with nature, and dug a hole under the ice, swam 130 meters under the ice, and then came out the other side. And everyone was going, oh my God, you're going to die of hypothermia. You know, the human body can't do this. And this guy has taken that so-called reality in some people's minds and just blown it out of the ballpark. And at that time, people were saying, well, he's a freak of nature. And what I love about this guy, even though he is a freak of nature, and we all have the ability to be these freaks of nature, he's showing other people how to do it. And not just showing them, he's taking them on these journeys where it unleashes a new lease of life for them. I mean, how did this guy feel? I mean, tell us a bit about this guy, you know, how he felt when he did it, because I'm sure there would have been a point where he thought it was impossible. And what you're giving people are what I consider to be the best gifts, because life is either a dull existence or a wondrous adventure. And you've definitely added this adventure streak into people's lives. So, I mean, tell us how people feel when they're with you and you take them on these crazy journeys.
Yeah, that's the thing, straight. You know, within a half hour, and it has been shown scientifically now, there is no speculation about it. We are able to tap into the deeper physiology of ours. making us able to control our mood, health, and strength far more than we ever thought possible. And it has been done, say, in a half hour. So that's what I do. I show it by science. Show it by scientific research, comparative studies. And those are people who have no knowledge about what I do, what I did, where all these records in the extreme cold and the heat and on Mount Everest and all that. Freaks of nature, yeah, okay, that's me. I'm a pioneer. I just go where nobody went because I feel I can do so. And it happens then afterwards, I'm successful because I follow my feeling. And my feeling wants to be happy, strong, and healthy. And now it shows scientifically that everybody is able to do the same thing. So, yeah. What do people feel then? A deeper control over themselves. They regain confidence. They regain strength within. They regain, a complete new consciousness and awareness of themselves. And that's amazing. It's a paradigm shift. So I'm still ongoing with the studies. Next month, I'm going to go into the brain and show that we are able to tap in the deepest part of the brain, which is the brainstem. And because of our comfort zone behavior and patterns of thinking, we live on the surface. But now, next month, I will show in 2 days, and just a matter of 2 days, 20 people going and tapping into the deepest part of the brain at will. And it will be shown on the monitors. And you know what? After I've shown that, we will take the graphics, the tractographics, the spectrographics. It's all there. Then you see the colors and you see the energies of the brain. And I will make a book with Jack Lewis, who was recently with me to make a documentary about the power of the brain. And he's a neuroscientist, and together I will show how to tap into the brainstem, the deepest part of the brain, which is the part where the hormones reside. And if you are able to activate that area, happiness is hormones, strength is hormones. And if you are able to tap into that deepest part, then you reconnect with physiology, the way nature has meant it to be. And that means that everybody then is able to regain happiness, strength, and health at will. So
amazing.
That's what we do.
I just want to sort of go into a little bit more about really what you're talking about, because you're talking about the wisdom of the human body, mind, and spirit that we are. And you're not going to tap into, and people listening, what Wim's talking about is really tapping into the deep part of the brain, and you don't tap into it by thinking your way there. You tap into it by using the body's wisdom. I mean, just like what we said before this, we said we couldn't get the connection, and he goes, well, I'm not going to think about anything. Let's just put the intention out there. And straight away, I'm on that tip with him, and magic comes through. Now, that's just a metaphor for like how he teaches the ice bath. I remember when you first put me in it, and I couldn't believe I was going to be jumping in this ice bath with you, because I hated the cold. For me, I'm a beach bunny. Stick me in a pair of Bermuda shorts and a beach any single day of the week. That was me all over. And if I went outside, I wrapped up with almost like quilts and blankets around me. Where suddenly now you're exposing me to an ice bath, and you're saying to me, when you're in it, you're going to surrender. When you're in it, you're going to surrender the mind. You're going to surrender the thoughts. You're going to surrender any resistance that you have, so that you can start to tap back into the wisdom that your body has. And what was amazing was that when I first got in there, my body went up into a V shape. And the way I was programmed was everything was going, get out, get out, get out of this bath. And with the techniques that we learned with you, went into it immediately. And of course, I trusted you as a coach, as a mentor. And through that, what I felt blew my mind. And you explained to me what was happening after, where you said, you've now got 0 degrees on the outside, but your body has to maintain 37 degrees so that your body can be in harmony and all organs and everything can function in the way it should. And by you releasing the tension, by you letting the body take over, you start to tap into this divine wisdom, this divine intelligence that we have. And it was single-handedly one of my biggest teachings from last year. So first of all, for me, thank you for that, because that really shifted me. And I know the people that you're working with continually, you're shifting them as well. So, I mean, just please tell the people that are watching this some of the real science behind what you're doing, because they said that this guy was a freak. Now, what I've learned about the freaks, people like me, people like him, the pioneers, what I've learned about people like is that we go really out of our comfort zone and we don't care what science is saying at the moment, because what we found is beyond what they can understand at the moment. And what I know is science is catching up with you. You've got all these universities, you've got other organizations that are saying, right, we now want to study what you're doing. How are you doing what you're doing? Because everything that we thought was reality now isn't according to you. And you really have blown so many things apart. So please tell us a bit about the science behind really what you're doing. And I know that you've helped so many people in so many situations by really just connecting them to the power and the magic that we have.
Yeah, it's a great introduction once again. We are a full chapter in the university books in the US for the upcoming new doctors and the physicians. And it's about the endocrine systems and the immune systems related to the autonomic nervous system. Scientific statements and books and that, they always said it is impossible to control or influence or to tap into the autonomic nervous system. And now it has been shown, a group of 12 people who I've been instructed in like 4 days, been able, after an injection of a endotoxin, which is a bacteria which normally causes uncontrolled shivering, fever, headaches, all over agony. And within a quarter of an hour, they all had control over these symptoms. So they never felt sick, which normally is a controlled experiment where people, they get into, you know, this state of shivering and headaches and all that for 3 to 6 hours. But these 12 people, 100% score, they all had control within 15 minutes. And then they analyzed the blood and they saw that the autonomic nervous system was being influenced, that the DNA was being influenced, that the cellular metabolic activity was being influenced, and it never had was written, you know, that people were able to do so. So right now, 100% score. So with that, we had a breakthrough. We have a breakthrough, the first group in the world showing that the autonomic nervous system can be at will influenced, not little bit, big time. And the autonomic nervous system is related to the endocrine systems, which is the hormones, and the immune systems, which is which is the total of our physiology. And so they saw not only that we are influencing into the autonomic nervous system, we influence into that system, which makes us able to control our mood, health, and strength. So that's it. And it is so simple. And
Wow.
anybody can do it. I just do it. You know, bit of breathing, some sort of cold exposure, cold showers, enough, and believe back on again. Because they saw me doing just standing before an ice tank in an experiment, taking blood while I was standing there without movement, just by thinking. I raised the metabolic activity in the cell with 300%. just by thinking. So your mindset should be, hey man, use your mind power and get and tap into your system. Breathe better in order for the pH levels to go into its natural mode, and then the thinking, the thought is able to connect with any spot in the body. And that means the endocrine systems, the immune system, the DNA, the cell level, anything. So it happened, and it's happening. So we are into ongoing studies now because they want to see, okay, you are able to control at will the autonomic nervous system. We will now look at the brain, just the brain. What are you doing with the brain? And if you are able to tap into the brainstem, which has been shown, you know, the brainstem is the primitive part of our physiology, and it is the reptilian mode, the reactionary part of our brain, the primitive part, which is connected with the hormones. And so fight and flight, adrenaline, epinephrine, for example, they need to show up in a case of danger. But we were never able to tap in directly without the trigger of danger. Now, I instructed these people, and those people lying in bed, just lying in bed, no rhinoceros coming to them, no danger, just relaxed, lying in bed, doing the right breathing exercises, doing the focus, using the mind. They were able to produce more adrenaline than somebody in fear going into its first bungee jump. You see, that's control over the deepest part of our brain. And next month, it's going to be monitored. And then we have a paradigm shift going. Because they say, if you are able to tap into the brainstem, then all the psychosomatic diseases can be controlled. And that's so huge, man. But humanity needs huge steps. Humanity needs pioneers. Humanity needs people who go out of the control, out of the normality. Being crazy, yes, about life. And we have the right and we have the ability to become happy, strong, and healthy, every person in the world. And that's what we do.
Wow. I'm feeling the energy coming off you. I'm loving this. I know that the people who are watching this are going to be feeling exactly the same now. I know that you are, as I said, you're out there to do so much good, but to also enjoy the journey as well. And, you know, science is on catch up with you. So my question for you now is, why do you do what you do? Why are you sharing this with the world? Because, okay, you've got it for yourself, but I know, you know, I've been around you, and I know the essence of who you are. And, you know, people can see you on TV. They're seeing you on these big TV shows. You're doing documentaries all the time, you know, as the Iceman who's doing these crazy stuff. But for anyone who's actually been around you, they know that you are such a beautiful soul, that you're all heart, you're all love. You really are about enjoying life and about people connecting and about community and all the good stuff that we really have to experience on this planet. So why are you going out of your way to share this groundbreaking news? Because it really is groundbreaking stuff. Why are you doing this?
Yes, good question. If you see somebody falling on the street, ain't you gonna go help? So as clear as that is the misery and the agony in the world, the poverty and all that. And if I'm now able by science to get rid of the powerlessness in people, then I have to do it. And life is too short not to do it. And it's very fulfilling to see that we are able to change the mind of everybody and enabling people to get back into that confidence and belief that we are able to tap into our physiology to becoming happy, strong, and healthy. So it's very clear to me. It's so clear that all the misery in the world, there is no why it should be there. because we got the answers. And together, we spread it out. Yeah,
Amazing.
and it's good, huh?
You really are a crazy nutter like me. I love it. I love it when people like me and you just come together again, because that energy just gets compounded. Now, for the people that are watching, they might be thinking, oh, well, that's great. You know, he's the Iceman and he's got these wonderful techniques. And, you know, you've just said that if someone was falling, most people's reaction, instinctive reaction, would be to go and help them. And you really have this for humanity. You know, I can echo that myself. I don't know where that feeling come from. I don't know where that inbuilt mission came from. It's just, we've almost like woken up to our purpose of why we're here in this human body, walking this planet, and what we have to offer the planet. Now, for the people that are sitting thinking, well, how can this stuff help me? You mentioned earlier that, you know, breathing, being exposed to cold, and you even said, like, you know, cold showers would be enough. So for the people that haven't been exposed to your work, who will probably after this interview go and do some more research on you, and I really recommend people doing this. We'll give you all the web links at the end to check everything. What could be some simple techniques that someone could literally see this and go and start doing immediately when it comes to breathing, when it comes to say like the cold showers, to help their pH get back in balance?
Yeah, exactly. How to show it like in 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, if you just breathe in, keep on doing this. Keep on doing this. 5, 25 times more. And everybody is doing it right now. Keep on giving the example. Your body begins to saturate with oxygen. Carbon dioxide begins to blow off. pH levels go up. You're influencing all the tissue, and especially the muscle tissue. After 30 of these breaths, after exhalation, without breathing more, you're able to do more push-ups than ever before, without air in the lungs. And that will astound the people, because then they feel. But just keep on. 15 more. 4 minutes in total. Yes, 13 and 12. Be practical. 11. Get your mind to it. Whatever you feel, get your mind to it. It's your body, man. It's the miracle. It's happening right now. Simple. pH levels go up. Your body is changing to its natural mode. 8 more. 8 more. 8 more. I got a phone. I'm going to stopwatch you. 5 more. Come on. Give it. Give it all you got. 3 more. 2. 1. Okay, now comes the last one. Deeply in. Let go. And let go. Stop. Just stop. Skip. Skip it. Okay, don't laugh. It's okay. I got a stopwatch here. You are without air in the lungs. Close your mouth. Have control. No smuggling. And you see, because the pH levels got up, your body is in great function. We breathe because we want to have the pH levels up. That's a complete different understanding. More than half a minute now. And you're still effortless, without pressure within. Just witnessing the physiology of your body. pH levels are still right. That's why you don't need to breathe. Breathing is to have the pH levels up. We have risen them. That's the magic. Very simple. And if the pH levels are up, the neurotransmitters travel through the body freely, fast, and your neurotransmitters is your thought. That means reconnecting. 1 minute 10 without air in the lungs. Because the pH level's still up. 120. You're going well, man. You see? And anybody can do this. That's learning how to control and maintain the right pH levels. And when we get the right pH levels, you're going to be able to reconnect. The body naturally reconnects with all the systems, making you able at will to control happiness, strength, and health. It's all about the hormonal system and the immune systems. 150. You're still in, man, without air in the lungs because your pH levels are still okay. 2 minutes, man.
Right, I want to stop there because I want to carry on talking to you. Wow. Now, if people didn't do that, please rewind and go back and do the exercises, because this is now practical stuff. This is not theory. This is not dumping stuff in your mind. This is getting you in the game. And I remember when I first met you in person, when we were both speaking at an event in Brighton, and we did an interview after, and they interviewed the Iceman and the Miracle Man. And what blew my mind was that the guy who was doing the interview, you did this technique. We just did 4 minutes of breathing, and he started to do press-ups. I think we all started to do press-ups without air in our lungs. And it was unbelievable how I know my own strength. He knew his own strength. And that injection of life force or magic that was so simple to do, I couldn't believe the difference. So that breathing, so it's just literally 4 minutes of breathing where you're just taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And that helps to balance people's pH level within literally just a few minutes.
Yes, exactly. And 2 minutes of cold shower does the same thing. pH levels rise. So it's all about the pH levels. And you know what? If you go to my website, there's a free course. You can take on all the basic the techniques, and we got it scientifically endorsed. So you can read upon it, and we have a nice chat right now.
Brilliant. So what's your what's the website? How do people, where do they go to get this information, which I encourage everybody to do? This is, this guy is not a gimmick. He really is one of the pioneers, one of the good ones out there. And for him to share this information, this is his life's work. So
Yes.
What's the website? Where can they go?
They can go to, innerfire.nl. Yeah, I come from Holland, so the Netherlands, NL. So innerfire.nl.
Okay, I'll put that link on the Google Hangout as well. So if you don't remember it from here, just go to the YouTube page. You'll see that URL in there. So it's innerfire.nl. And
Exactly.
Guys, honestly, I hate to say these words because it can be so throwaway. This is life-saving stuff. This is science at its best in the 21st century, reaching grounds that I don't know any medication that's been able to do this stuff. And what you're really doing is you're making it simple for people. But I'm just trying to tune into anybody who might have resistance on this stuff, and somebody might go a cold shower for 2 minutes. My God, I turn the shower on for 15 seconds, cold, and everything about me saying, get out. How can they relax in the shower to build up to 2 minutes? Is it just doing this breathing, or how do they focus the mind? What could be a technique so they can build up to that 2 minutes in the shower?
A very nice question. There's a biochemical answer for that. I work with professors, and one of the professors, he told me, this is the way it works. Your breathing brings up the pH levels. To bring up the pH falls apart. Then extra energy will be released, and the temperature receptor is able to deal with any cold, because the pain receptor then is shut off because there is a right chemistry going on. And when the cold comes in, it is like danger to the body. But if you are able to raise the pH level, then the danger is gone for the body. Thus, you don't feel the cold anymore. You control it. So before you go into the cold shower, think about what you are going to do. You want to have control going into the shower. What did I say about the thought? the thought is able to raise the metabolic activity in the cell, so you get more energy. And when you then begin to breathe like we did right now, then the pH level will go up, and thus the pain signal, there is no need for the pain signal as a signal that there is danger, because you control the chemistry inside. You go into the cold shower and you have a great time.
Wow, and that is such a good metaphor for life, because what I found was when I got in the ice bath and everything, as I said, that I was programmed with was saying get out. When I went into the technique that you shared with us, I couldn't believe not only when I found the peace and I surrendered, but it started to feel like a nice warm bath. And
Wow.
everything in the senses just started to give me new stuff. And when we can have that, when we can surrender, when we can really just let go, that's how we tap into something which I really believe is the wisdom in the body, as I said earlier. And then you start to notice the benefits from it. And doing something like a shower, this is not going to take time out of your day. You're taking 2 minutes to turn it cold. Focus on breathing in that time. Focus on what you want from that shower, i.e. you want to be back in control. You want the body to get strong. You want the pH level to go back up. And all you have to do is surrender any resistance in the mind, surrender any negative thoughts, and really start to enjoy that. And what you'll find is, and tell me this, because I'm just assuming this, when people have gone through like the ice bath or these adventures with you, how do they then find their stress levels? My feeling would say that their stress levels come down. Am I correct on assuming that?
Yes, sure. Stress levels are related to stress hormones. And we have shown that the stress hormone control enables us not only to control the immune system and the endocrine system, you learn to control the stress, which finally activates the stress hormones in the body. You learn to control them. So any stress coming to you, impact of daily life, of going into I don't know, yeah, going for a job, or examining, or any stress on the body, you are able to control it so much more. So you are far more relaxed after doing these exercises, and you learn to become conscious of it, and that gives you back the confidence that you are the master of your chemistry of the day, any day.
Oh my God, you are just throwing so much wisdom at us, because stress is the biggest killer. There's no doubt about it. It doesn't matter whether it's mental stress, emotional stress, physical stress, whatever's going on. These techniques that you're now sharing with the world can really help give you the power that you need, so that when the stress comes in, you deal with it and it has no negative effect on the body. Because the second we go into stress, we go into those crazy thoughts, we go into those crazy emotions, the body gets, tense and clenched up, and we want to be living life with the freedom. Now, just one more thing on the breathing. Is it important, because I want to make sure we cover everything so that people can listen to this and just say, wow, I know exactly what I need to go and do right now. Is it important that they breathe in their belly, or is it just breathing? I mean, how important is the actual technique of the breathing?
I always say, people ask me these questions: do I have to breathe from the belly, or the chest, or the middle part, or with the nose, or with the mouth, or the left nostril? Hey baby, it doesn't matter what kind of hole you use, you just get it in, and and that's it. Be simple about it. Get it in. It's all there. It's for free. There is no price like £2 and a half pound here and a bargain over there. No, it's for free. Just get it in and learn how to control the pH level. You can show it yourself by buying these strips, these acidic alkaline strips, and you pee on them before. Then you do the breathing, and then you see the pH level go whoop up to the blue zone instead of the yellow zone, which is acidic, to the blue zone, which is alkaline, and you control. And so it's actually the breathing. Doesn't matter what you use. use any hole, whatever you got, but learn to control pH level going up and maintaining it right over there. And that's a feeling. We have to learn to feel the inner chemistry the way nature has meant it to be. And when we got that, then the body naturally reconnects with all the ability to become happy, strong, and healthy.
Amazing. Now, just on the pH, just one final thing, because I know you're busy, and I could talk to you forever. I find you so interesting because you really are one of the front pioneers doing the most amazing things on this planet. What number? So when it comes to, say, some people who may not even know what pH levels are, there's two numbers that you really want to know. 37 degrees is for your body. Up or down 1 degree, you can be in bed sick as a dog with a fever. Your pH level, 0 is pure acid. If we've got acid running through the body, the acid's going to break you down. The acid's going to aid you. The disease can manifest and spread in an acidic environment. When we're alkaline, the game changes. And what they're saying is that in this alkaline state, disease cannot spread. We age better. We tap into the magic that we have. So 0 is pure acid. 14 is pure alkaline. What number would you say that we want to be aiming to get towards when it comes to our pH levels?
7.3, between 7.3 and 4.
Awesome. Awesome. My God, you're one of my heroes. Guys, please go out and research this guy. If you ever get the chance to be around him, to go on one of his adventures, to see him on TV, to see him at a live event, please make the effort, because what he's sharing is groundbreaking stuff. Wim, thank you so much for your time. We did it. I don't know how we did it with the connection, where you're at the moment, but we did do it. I feel blessed to have spent this time with you, and I really do look forward to connecting with you very soon.
Hey, Skip, don't skip the good work as you're doing it all the time. I love you.
Love you too. Thank you, brother.
Right on.